Hi, this is DH Dunn, and welcome to the YouTube intro for part 3 of Insurmountable. As we go after another mountain, I'm going to try to find the scientist. I'm really enjoying this game, and I just broke the stream up into a couple pieces. So this is the next piece. So I hope you enjoy it and have a good climb. Okay, there are reports of a scientist who was also caught in the time loop. Okay, I was wrong. His expertise could be very valuable to your efforts. Of course, you need to convince him to join you first, then take him to the station. Normal weather, increased time cost while moving, and we have some rewards. All right, let's see. So let's go change character. We can't, right? Confirm. Go to our inventory. We still have the 60. Obviously, you got to take a tent. Shouldn't I just take 2 tents? Like, doesn't that seem better than anything else I could do? I guess I did end up needing the oxygen. It feels like 2 tents is better than anything else I could take. I could then ignore caves and focus on other inventory spots. I'm going to try double tents. There's 2 people, too. So, you want to bring a tent for him, too. Oxygen, smoxygen. We'll find some of that. The mysterious woman tells you about another mountaineer wandering around the mountain. He probably walked straight into the time loop just as cluelessly as you did. There is some information that indicates he might be a scientist. You want to find out more and convince this stranger to come with you. He could be quite useful in helping you find a way out of the time loop. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we are here. We've got lots of events right away, and holy cow, look at this mess. We've got a huge wall in front of us. And where's the dude? Where's the scientist? All right, well, I guess we'll check all these little things first. What do you got for me? You discover the wreck of a plane crash on Timberwolf Mountain. You could take time to search it. Do we thoroughly search it? Takes 5 hours? Yeah, go. I didn't even read the other options. You find some equipment. Some climbing gloves. Excellent. Wear them, Nima. Confirm. Raid the crates. No hacksaw, though. I don't really need a cave, thank you. Maybe when I'm done searching all this stuff, I'll use the cave. Yeah, need the hacksaw. You sit down on a rock to relax. A pleasant warmth slowly fills your body. You touch the stone with your hand. It's warm. So warm that ice and snow around is melted. Why didn't you notice that before? Yeah, we've seen this before. It doesn't matter. We're at full on both of them. So, kind of a washout there. What about down here? In a rocky hollow, well protected from the wind and weather, you discover a tent, or what remains of one. There are slashes in the tarp, as if someone had cut the tent with a sharp blade. Scattered outside the tent are items of clothing and provisions, but no sign of the owner. Why did they leave in such a hurry? We could thoroughly search. It would be nighttime by the time we were done. We could search or continue. I think I'm going to just search. If you're reading the signs correctly, the owner must have been some sort of explorer and has been gone for some time, and you don't think they're coming back. You'll find some provisions you can use. Some hot tea. Hot damn tamale, Ahab. A fast movement, but only for 24 hours. Warm thought. Gain body temperature whenever you use a consumable, or mindfulness whenever you reach a point of interest. Gain sanity. I'm going with the fast movement. The old bear got him. And I think I'd like to ignore this tent and see if we can get to that tent, or that cave, excuse me. Down there. Yeah, there we go. Keep going, Nima. You got it. You got it. Your path leads you past a sheer wall with snow towering high atop it. On top of it. You're progressing carefully when you hear rumbling. Instinctively, you assume a crouching position and take a deep breath. Within the blink of an eye, you feel the weight of the snow pinning you to the ground. Your only chance is to dig your way out. So there's a mountain. If you're interested in a good bit of reading, There's a mountain in the Himalayas known as Annapurna, Annapurna. When talking about the 14 8,000-meter peaks and which one is most dangerous, the conversation generally comes down to K2 or Annapurna. Each of them have really, really bad summit-to-death ratios. Annapurna is famous for its avalanches. And so whenever I read about avalanches or anything, I always think about Annapurna. It's test to see if you there's a test to see if you're upside down during avalanches. So we could dig fast for energy or dig slowly and lose temperature. I'm more about that. You know that in situations like these, you have to stay calm and use your energy wisely. You wait a moment to make sure the snow has actually come to a stop. Then you dig carefully upwards, inch by inch, until your fist breaks through the snow and cold air rushes into your lungs. Made it. I feel like dying in an avalanche would be an absolute terrifying way to die. To just be pinned and completely unable to move. Terrifying. I think some of them are instinctively trained to do something like this, to like, cup their hands or something. I don't remember what it is you're supposed to do in an avalanche. You enter a cave, dry and shelter from the wind, rear the cave, shimmer of light, follow the light. Fireflies, Ruby. Lie down and sleep. Sleep long. Great, perfect timing. We're going to get up right at first thing in the morning. Beautiful. All right. I can't see. I guess that's true in real life too, but work with me here. Insurmountable. I need to know where I'm going. I can't. I can't see. I'm zoomed all the way out. I don't need that cave. All right. Let's get some altitude, I guess, so that we can see a little better. You might want to curl into a ball. That might make sense. Another cave. We don't really need it. No. Let's just take these steps here. Nice and easy. Oh, footprints in the snow ahead of you. They've almost been swept away by the wind, but they're clearly human and very large, like those of a giant. It would appear that this giant is wandering around barefoot. You follow the tracks to a crevasse where they end. At the bottom of the crevasse, you can make out a scrap of cloth. Did someone fall down there? You could jump across and pick up the trail on the other side. A tsunami would be scary too. You spit. You spit so you don't just dig and can orient yourself. That's smart. That's smart. Yeah. You've only got 15 minutes. I recall you lose oxygen fast after that. Hold one arm up so you might have a hand visible. That's smart too. A giant man is a scientist. He's a really, really big scientist. Nima has to rescue the person in the crevasse because that is the plot of Cracks and Crevices. You slip and fall down the crevice. The impact is hard and leaves your head pounding. You're still slightly dazed when you notice a corpse. Not that of a giant, but a normal-sized woman. Creep closer and look into two dark, empty eye sockets. What happened to her eyeballs? Could the animals have eaten them? You search her torn anorak and find an identity card from Research Institute for Zoology and some equipment. Wow, that's kind of grim. We've sprained our ankles again. We do have a protective helmet now. And we'll level up. Let's see. Take it slow is you get stuff back when you wake up. Reduced energy. The Dyatlov Pass incident. I think I know about that one. Is that the one that was a mystery for like 20 years as to what happened? And I think they recently were able to figure it out. The Spiral Sun Token. I'm not actually sure. We should go check it out though. Gain per hour, increase max oxygen. Yeah. That's just a straight good. Where's the spiral swirly? This one here. Yes. Let's check it out. No. This way, Nima. Over here. Curtini and I want to know what this is. There's the treasure chest ones that give you items. The cave is obviously a cave. Does it say? Yes, I've read about that one. It is fascinating. Yeah. There's been all kinds of theories as to what actually happened. You enter an expansive cave. Countless stalactites hang from its ceiling, some of which are longer than your arm. Water droplets trickle gently from the tips of the stalactites onto the rocks and into the pools below. The soothing tinkling sound they make as they land leaves you feeling calm and relaxed. The rock formations must be many thousands of years old, dating back to before the first traces of people on this island. Makes you happy to think that anything could endure for so long. You too are here to achieve something that will outlast you, something people will talk about for years to come. Okay, so it was a sanity restoral and some XP. All right, can we get to here? Hang on, Nemo. I changed my mind. I missed this. Do I want to go here? I don't know. I don't know that I do now. I'm going to change my mind again. I never got coffee this morning as the daycare called. Maybe I'll make that now. I had to some to drinking Cryo's light roast. It tastes like we reuse grounds to save money or something. Yes, hypothermia will make people remove their clothing. Yep, they go crazy. There's a cave. I don't really think we need it. Could save it for the way down. I'd like to get to here. Your toast from this morning is still on the counter. I love toast. Toast is one of my favorite things to eat. I love toast. Oh, wait. This is a dead end. Darn it. Bird's nest. Very tiny burb. Herbs from the burbs. Sanity restoral, but you lose 1 health. Okay, we gotta go back over here. E and I McDonald's on the way home. I couldn't deal with anything else. It's kind of weird to me that McDonald's is in New Zealand. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but... I mean, I saw Baskin-Robbins in Dubai when I was there. Can we get to here? Wait, let's just get to here. See if you can take a left. Yeah, can we take a left onto this? I think we can. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, how are we doing on Summit? Oh my gosh, it's so far away. So far, I just can't see. It's so far away from me. Dire Straits is an underappreciated band, in my opinion. You won't have the Kiwi Burger, but a lot of the other options will be the same. Yeah, most people, if they know Dire Straits, they know Money for Nothing, and then maybe Sultans of Swing. But Dire Straits has a lot of good songs. Roller Girl is a good one. The Sultans of Swing is like an all-time banger. Absolutely. At the foot of a slope, you stumble across the remains of a building. Did it belong to the occupying forces? Parts of it are completely buried under the rock. There must have been a landslide. A very good song by Fleetwood Mac. Between the rubble, you can see a few electronic devices and small metal containers. You could go down there and search for provisions. It's only going to cost us time and temp. I'm okay with that. You walk carefully across the rubble, but not carefully enough. Something shifts under your feet and you fall, ramming your leg into a crevice. You try quickly to free yourself, but your movements trigger a mini landslide that brought you down, sending rocks falling onto your leg with stabbing, shooting pain. With a sharp jerk, you manage to free yourself. You examine your leg. Nothing appears to be broken. Okay, so it mostly was an exercise in adjectives. You're relieved. It could have been much worse. Hell yeah, you made it sound like her freaking leg was gone. You continue on her journey. Oh, but she is hurt. Okay. Nothing appears to be broken but injured leg for 16 hours. Okay, what a roller coaster that was. Let's see. Ignore dangerous terrain. That sounds pretty great for 16 hours. The 16 hours we have the broken leg. Fresh air. No, that doesn't help me. Control breathing. Increase oxygen gain for an hour. Increase maximum oxygen. Yeah, that seems pretty good too. I also love these Hawaiian burgers I make. Beef, bacon, honey, teriyaki sauce, pineapple, cheese, bun. OMG. I like bacon. Wow, so far. Can we get to here? Yep. You got this, Nima. Don't worry about that leg. That's why I have another one. I see a cave. Cave or item? Cave or item? I think I'm going to go cave. Oh, beetroot and beets are the same thing. My wife loves beets. We got some golden beets from the farm stand the other day. You enter a vast cave. Several passages lead deep into the mountain. You listen. You can hear metallic clanging coming from one of the passages, as if someone is banging a hammer against a heat pipe. I have 2 tents, but why not keep using the caves? Cryo is Russian and the borscht needs to stop. Does follow the noise? Absolutely. You walk a few steps down the passageway. The clanging gets louder, but it's so dark that it's hard to say how far away the noise is coming from. We could lose sanity to keep going. Yeah, keep going. Keeping one hand on the wall, you make your way carefully forward. The clanging sounds muffled and regular, as if it were coming from a broken machine of some sort. You walk further and further into the cave system. Suddenly, the noise stops. You wait a moment, but nothing. Just endless darkness and bitter cold. What were you thinking? Oh, it's a cat's note. What were you thinking, Dunn? Frustrated, you turn around and stumble back up the passageway. After a while, you stop still. Have you lost your way? The cold seeps into your bones. You keep going. Still, nothing. It feels like an eternity, but finally you spy the entrance to the cave. You are scared, really scared. That could have ended badly. Beats, Bears, Battlestar Galactica. Yep. Okay, we lost a lot of temp, a little sanity, gained some XP. Now we're back at the entrance. We're going to lay down and sleep. Sleep long. Sleep briefly so that we get a lot of daytime still. All right. I could just barely get the camera. There we go. There's Nima. There's the summit. Oh, this is cute, actually. Oh, come on, Nima. You're doing all right. Your little cheeks are all frozen up. Poor Nima. All right. Let's check out over here, please. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Whoa. Beneath a rocky outcrop, a woman sits by a small fire warming her hands. Her face is painted with artful sweeping lines and circles. They're cool looking. When she notices you, she waves at you and starts to gesticulate, which I guess is this. Gesticulate is a word you don't get to use very often, before pulling something out of her pack. So she does this. First she does this. Then she does this. Then she pulls something out of her pack. After a moment, you understand that she wants to trade with you. She wants a flask of tea, and you can choose something from her in return. A tent? A moon herb? I already got 2 tents. I don't need more tents. I read this book called Born to Run. It's kind of how humans are incredible with endurance, but also adaptation. That's very true. Something else. Ooh, she'd give us gloves. I think we already have gloves, don't we? I don't want to trade. I'm sorry, ma'am. Thank you, though. Very appreciated. There's no other animal in the world with endurance like us. Well, because I think there aren't we can make the decision to push ourselves past limits, and I think any other animal is just like, yeah, I'm tired now. It's time to go to sleep. But humans can be like, no, I need to stay awake and watch one more episode of this marathon. Let's see. That's why we stay awake binging a show, and we long since should have gone to bed. Near an abandoned camp, there's a torn tent. You could take some time to search the intact tents. Not really. I'll take a quick look around. That takes a lot of daytime. Find nothing useful, but got XP. Doesn't matter. Got XP. All right. I guess continue this way. I want to make some altitude here. Humans are also the only animals who can ignore sleep altogether. Yeah. That led me to another book that talked about our endurance and our adaptations, the reason we bonded with dogs. Yes. The dog stuff is fascinating because, like, dogs are the only other animal that watches humans' eyes to, like, get like, emotional insight, which is really interesting. I think I can make this cave. We're about to enter the death zone. Sorry to ramble. Rock climbing reminds me of such things. Mountain climbing leads to introspection. They go together. The air is getting thin. Your breath is heavy. You have entered the death zone. You pause for a moment to prepare for the difficult path towards the summit. I want decreased energy, always. Oh, but I'm going to burn it in this cave. Oh, well. Yeah, there's a wide, deep fault in the earth. We could explore it. It would take energy. I don't want to. I will sleep long. Now, we're losing a decent amount of oxygen, and our temperature is actually a problem now, which it never has been before. Be cool if Timberwolf Mountain had a death zone. Oh, our eyes. Reminds me of another book by evolutionary psychologist William von Hippel, who talks about social behaviors contributing to our evolution. Very interesting. Okay, we're not that far away. Let's head to here. I definitely got to watch her temperature. I do have the one hot tea. We're the only primate to have the white showing in our eyes. That's interesting. I did not know that. Making it possible for other animals to watch our eyes. Oh, man, we can't go there? Come on. Seriously? No, I went to a dead end? Oh, Nima, what have you done? Nima, this is the worst. How dare you choose this route that I chose? Us and elephants are the only animals with chins? Rocks and debris as far as the eye can see. You balance carefully on boulders so as to not slip and fall. Suddenly, right in front of you, a shadow leaps out of a recess in a rock coming straight at you. You jump in fear, lose your balance, and crash to the ground. You look up to see a mountain hare. You scraped your knee because of a bunny. The real enemies of the long dark are the bunnies, as I have told you many times. They broke our freaking leg, those stupid bunnies. Skin it and make a hat. I wish I could. Let's check this tea. Yeah, I'm taking the tea. We might warm up in the tent too. That's something I hadn't thought about. But we're not going to lose too much temperature going this far. And how close are we? We're getting there. Get to here? A freaking bunny. Oh, here comes a storm. Thanks a lot. Discover a large leather saddlebag lying on the ground. Right next to it, you discover faded hoof prints. Yes, Stu. Jim. You find some herbs in the saddlebag. I'm really not very excited about herbs. Thank you very much. Because I don't want to lose health to gain sanity. My sanity isn't that bad yet. Whoops. Confirm. All right. We're going to tent here before we make our summit push. I'm a little worried about her oxygen, but I think the tent is going to warm her up. We haven't used any of them. Yeah, body temperature up. Good. Sleep long? Then we're climbing at night, though. I'm going to say sleep briefly. Because we should get a bump when we hit the summit. The question is, can we get to the summit before? I think we can get to it before we run out of energy. Look at how high up we are. Crazy. I like this game. You know, it is what it is. This game is what it is. So you're either into it or you're not. Can we get there? We can't get there. I can't believe it. Do we have to stop here? I refuse. Go for it. You made it to the area where the scientist supposedly has been spotted, even up to the top of the peak. But so far, there's been no sight or sound of him. Maybe the young woman made it all up. But why would she do that? You take a short breather and notice a used oxygen bottle. Footprints lead away from it in the opposite direction from your path. Hope springs eternal. Big boost. Look at all these boosts. So much boost. The best boost. Everyone is saying it. Level up. For the next 24 hours, removes time costs while moving. Don't care. Lower energy costs on steep terrain, but increase sanity loss. Or one more push. Significantly gained oxygen for a time, but increased sanity loss. I feel like Over the Edge is probably the best one here. I don't love the increased sanity loss, but we got the boost we wanted. All right, that's where we need to go. Okay. So, guys, now what we see, though, on our way down is that this big block is in our way again. I think we may have to go down and to the left. And I think I can see a cave, maybe? No, that's not a cave, but it's a something. That's a long way to go, though. Energy-wise, we're not too good. I don't really pay too much attention to these. You can see our goal over there. I'd love to descend quickly, but I don't want to run out of energy. So let's see. What are our best? Why are we suddenly running out of energy so fast if we go that way? This seems better. We tread on forsaken mountains that are hell-bent on our downfall. Yeah, like you would think you would want to go to the right here, but I think you actually can't. Around this big ice formation here, I think we got to go this way. So we'll have to cut through this little channel here. But I'm wondering if we want to go up and grab one of these items. I kind of think I don't. Oh, out of energy. Went too far. As you painstakingly struggle forward, you're struck by a strange unease. Sure, you're exhausted, and it's tempting to lie down right here and sleep. But your unease grows stronger. With every step you take, your doubts that you will ever reach your goal grow. Pull yourself together and push on. Listen to your body. I mean, I was going to rest. I'll listen to my body because I was going to camp here. Close your eyes. Your body's not a machine, but a perfect synergy of muscles and tendons. Not invincible, but strong and resilient. But your mind also needs to work to be one with the flesh. You visualize your blood flowing through your veins, cells dying and renewing themselves in an eternal cycle. You draw strength from this and regain a ton of energy. Fantastic. Can you get to here? No. Go to here. Tent in this little snowfield. We can't go one more step. Oh, we can. We can't go one more step. We can't go 2 more steps. That's a. Oh, there's a cave right there. There's a cave right there. Oh, but I've got the tents. Let's not be greedy. Sleep long. Burn the night. Stay nice and toasty. There we go. The cave is a mirage. Use tents and rest. Yep. Steps have been hewn into the stone, leading you to a pedestal of sorts. Some type of religious site or shrine, maybe. You're not a particularly spiritual person, but somehow this place feels holy. It might just be your imagination, but you pray to the shrine for energy. Tons of energy. That we can't freaking see. Ignore the cave. Power and invigorate yourself. That's what I'm trying to do. Nima, can you see where we need to... Nima, you can see where we need to go. Great. Keep descending. Oh, good. It's daytime. Man, it's hard to climb at night. I actually think you might need to go over here. Try to zoom out as much as I can, but this other frickin' mountain is in my way. Yeah, we're gonna have to get over this. Okay, head up here, Nemo. We're gonna have to gain altitude. And I think once we're over this hump here, yep, we're getting there. We are getting there. The spiders. Hidden in there, reach into the hole. It only costs sanity. Yeah, reach in. We pull out. Ooh, a pick, a climbing axe. Excellent. How about that? Awesome. Thank you, spiders. Greg was right. Spiders are good. Don't go that way. Go this way. And put that thing where it came from, or so help me. We're getting there. I knew if I turned this stupid fan off, then it would get hot in here. I mean, I feel like the double tent strategy was pretty strong because, you know, we've mostly found what we needed the rest of the way. And it really reduced the drama of energy because we can always just stop and rest. Let's see. We stumbled across the remains of a building. Did it belong to the occupying forces? Parts of it are completely buried under a rock. Must have been a landslide. Between the rubble, you can see a few electronic devices and small metal containers. You could go down there and search for provisions. I mean, might as well. It's only going to take a little oxygen. You're walking carefully over the rubble when your attention is grabbed by the scrap of cloth. You move closer and discover human remains. You breathe in sharply, shocked, and try not to disturb the body. Who was this person? Were they a part of the occupying force? Or a looter, like you? Hey, I resent that comment. You decide to turn back immediately before you end up like this poor soul. Lost sanity, gained XP. Very well. Yep, let's just keep going there, Nima. You may have to tent one more time. But we are almost... So see me like leaning to the side to try to see it? Nope. Can we go here? We're so close. Not a speed run, though. Let's burn that last tent. I think even sleep briefly is fine. Nah, we'll sleep long. Might as well. Use the spider's tidings for your own benefit. All right, it's nighttime. We never use these. Sanity restores. Go ahead. There we go. And just go for it, Nemo. Let's go. All in one shot. You got this. Zoom in on her a bit. Let's meet this scientist. You spy a tent behind some rocky peaks that looks like it is in good shape. You slowly creep up to it and look inside. You see a stranger wrapped in a sleeping bag. Next to him is a clipboard containing notes on radiation levels. This must be the scientist. You cough quietly and the stranger invites you in. Without beating about the bush, you tell him about the time loop and your adventures. To your surprise, he lets you finish talking and doesn't call you crazy when you ask if he wants to come with you. Come with me if you want to live. When you mention that his notebook seems to say something about the electromagnetic nodes, he gives you a knowing smile. Then, as you are about to leave, you hear a shrill siren. The green stone in your charm starts to vibrate, and a glaring light swallows both of you. Mission complete! I think moon herb might be slang for another releasing herb. Could be devious. Victory! Yep. Here, oh good, we're getting a lot of good XP here, a lot of level ups. I think we might have almost reached another capacity. That would be good. All right. She gonna talk to us again? Yep. Your ears are still ringing, but you're slowly getting used to the side effects of the anomaly. The mysterious stranger seems to be waiting for you again. You want to know what happened to the former residents of the research station. It's an unsolved mystery. Believe me, I spent a very long time trying to find the answer. They just disappeared. Left everything behind. It's almost as though they vanished into thin air. Into Thin Air, by the way, is the name of a book by John Krakauer about the late 90s Everest disaster. It is fascinating. Highly, highly recommend it as really good reading. Great book. Hey, Og. Yep, Og has read it. Great book. Into Thin Air is gripping as hell. Really, really, really fascinating book. The movie Everest with Josh Brolin is based on the same event. It takes a lot of Krakauer's view of it, and Krakauer himself is a character in the story or in the movie. Heartbreaking, the Everest disaster. There's two different Everest disasters, one in the late 90s, one in the early zeros. They're both heartbreaking, as is the K2 disaster. Mysterious woman avoids your gaze. You can tell she's hiding something. The situation seems to be as stressful for her as it is for you, maybe even more so. You decide not to press the issue any farther. You'll figure it out eventually. Thank you for joining us, by the way, Og. Very nice to have you here. Please, we need to focus on the task at hand. Keep looking around outside. While I run some more simulations, I should be done soon. And then she scurries out this door and seals it tight. By the way, I think it's wonderful that you brought reinforcements and a real expert, too. I'm sure we'll learn a lot from each other by working together. We need to become a real team. Whoops.
How quickly the tide turns.
I actually did not mean to hit that button. That was me dropping my water. Linked from CurseLed here. Game looks interesting. Haven't played it before. Yeah, I'm really into this game because I'm really into mountain climbing, so it's pretty interesting. Okay, we have the scientist now. We could do a mission as the scientist instead of the adventurer. And she's got her own tree with interesting different abilities. So this is active skill Eagle Eye, increased camera zoom, analysis, spend some time to gain experience, mad genius, Spend sanity to gain a temporary buff of your choice. These all sound fantastic. Oh, I love them. I love it. These are great. Does the journalist get... Oh, we can't see what the journalist gets. And, oh, the adventurer eventually gets crazy stuff, too. Like, let's see. Active skill master climber. Reduced skill cost, energy cost on all terrain. That sounds great. Sprint! We can sprint! Just like in the long dark. Hey, tiny burb. Good to see you. Reduced time cost and additional body temperature gain while moving. That's right, long dark. When you sprint, you gain body temperature. Or night owl. Gain more experience during events from the night. That's interesting. I'm very intrigued by the scientist here. Increase base stats. Increase sanity. I wonder, can we see the scientist base stats? Proficiency is not going to show that. No. Inventory is not going to show that. Oh, there's new stuff to bring. Is that because we found these things? Got crampons. You're at your sister's. Made flatbread pizzas for dinner. Ooh, that sounds good. We have the climbing gloves. So I guess if you find stuff, then it goes into your stash here. And our capacity, we still have 20, even with double tents. Insulated boots. Or heavy boots. Heavy boots minus energy cost on stone. Insulated boots. Gain temp when moving, gain temp when resting or in events. So they just always work. 20 is good enough for the crampons, though, says Devious. Minus energy cost on ice, which is the one that burns up our energy the most. On the other hand, we could take a tea and a can. Or a rope. Ignore dangerous terrain for a limited time. Or the snow boots. So many choices. So many choices. I still feel like, well, no, but then there was also the event that we couldn't do because we didn't have a flashlight. Maybe we should figure out what we're doing first. Yeah. We'll come back to it. There's nothing over here, right? These are just aesthetics. So we got the scientist. So we could try to get the journalist. We could do this side mission, which has a symbol next to it. I don't know what the symbol means. We need to do one more side mission to unlock Mountain 2. Scale the summit, reach the goal. A large mountain with moderate elevation. An expansive mountain. Oh, okay. Compact mountain with moderate elevation. This was a gigantic crater, yep. I kind of am into the compact mountain with moderate elevation. Normal weather, but very thin air. If you finish this with the adventurer, you gain 1,000 happy books, whatever that is. What have we accomplished so far this stream? Well, last stream, we scaled the mountain for the first time. This stream, we've done these two. So we just did a side quest, then we did a side quest that unlocks an entire another character we could be. We're definitely going to be the scientist on this next mission. Find 3 temporal anomalies. I mean, it kind of seems like you should be the scientist to do that one, right? Got 2 stars. Mission difficulty. 2 stars. 1 star. 1 star. Ooh, and this one has a bonus with the scientist. And this gets you the journalist. Okay, I'm kind of into this. It is a roguelike. No, it's a roguelike. If you die in the mission, you just kind of gain points towards your next run. So it's not like game over if you die. And if you finish missions, you gain points to slowly level up your characters. Yeah, I think we'll do this. Investigative mission with the scientist. All right, that's going to do it for this episode. I'm going to continue cutting these up and putting them into little bite-sized segments and throwing them up on YouTube. So I hope you're enjoying it. And so that will do it for this part. Thanks very much for watching and stay safe, take care of each other, and I'll see you next time.